Do you want to hear something highly amusing? Just as I was setting up the camera, my dog Harley, he was like, I'm not going to be dealing with this, and he just got up off his bed and walked around and went on the sofa. And now he's on his other bed. He's trying to get as far away from this camera as possible. Anyway, I'm back with another one of these videos, and I decided that I wanted to do a question video, so I've been looking on the internet for one, and I found one called 22 Random Questions, and I've only read a few of them to see what there is, and I'm going to give them a try. And I found them on this website. List of all YouTube tags. Let's start with the questions. How old would you be if you didn't know how old you are? What? How old would you be if you didn't know how old you are? I'd still be 40, right? I think maybe it's trying to ask what age would I guess that I am if I didn't know how old I was. I'm going to go on a whim and say, I don't know, 33, 34. A lot of people always tell me that I look a lot younger than I am, especially when I've shaved, like now. Next question. If life is so short, why do we do so many things we don't like and like so many things we don't do? Because we have to work to earn a living, and sometimes those things that we really want, well, they cost money. So it's a vicious circle that we're trapped in. Most of us anyway. What is the one thing you'd most like to change about the world? I'm actually going to be serious here. I'd like all wars just to stop. Everything. No hatred, everybody getting along, every race, every creed, every colour, every religion, everybody just getting along with everybody else. So there's no war. That's what I would like. That's what I'd like to change. If the average human lifespan was 40 years, how would you live your life differently? So this would be my last year. I'd find a way to get lots of money so I could go on lots of holidays. Are you more worried about doing things right or doing the right things? Doing the right thing. If you could offer a newborn child only one piece of advice, what would it be? It's funny that, because my best friend's just had a baby and I said something to him. I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh yeah, I said to him, chill and relax, because you don't really need to do anything. Just lay there, feed, poop, sleep. Pretty sure he already knows that anyway. For some reason the next question doesn't have a number, and it should be number 7, but the next one's number 7. Anyway, would you break the law to save a loved one? Yes. Next question. What's something you know you do differently than most people? Well, you see, normally when people try to explain something to somebody, they get straight to the point and just be more direct. Me, I sort of go round and round and round till I get to my point. And so I talk way too much. Like I just did. You know, like it says that there are 22 questions, because that one doesn't have a number, there's actually 23. Do you see? Between 6 and 7, no number. So I think I should call this video 22 random questions plus a bonus one that's hidden in the questionnaire. Or something like that. What one thing have you not done that you really want to do? What's holding you back? Again, 2 questions. And that's pretty easy. Write a book. You know, a novel, a story. In fact, I've been wanting to be a writer since I was 10. And what's holding me back? Me. It's not lack of imagination or anything like that, because I've always got stories going on in my head. It's the lack of conviction, and I procrastinate way too much. And so I don't spend enough time sitting down writing. So there. Moving on. Are you holding on to something you need to let go of? I could be extremely rude about that, but I'm not going to. And then I was going to be more serious by saying anger, but no. Probably my VHS videos. I don't know. If you had to move to a state or country besides the one you currently live in, where would you move and why? Los Angeles, California. That's way too easy. And why? Because the weather there is brilliant, and I felt so at home when I was there the last time. It just felt like I belong there. That's why. Next question. Why are you you? Because nobody else wants to be me. Which is worse, when a good friend moves away or losing touch with a good friend who lives right near you? When a good friend moves away. What are you most grateful for? Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm most grateful for is my friendship with my best friend Joe. We've known each other since we were like, I don't know, 3-4 years old. And we have never ever once argued. Ever. Wow, I've known her 30 odd years. So I guess overall that's what I'm grateful for, having a friendship that long. Would you rather lose all of your old memories or never be able to make new ones? Oh boy, that one's a toughie. See, a lot of my old memories, I have them on video and in pictures so I can look back on them. Rather lose old memories, I think. Yeah. Has your greatest fear ever come true? What is my greatest fear? Oh, yeah, that one. No, it hasn't. And no, I'm not going to tell you. Do you remember that time 5 years ago when you were extremely upset? Does it really matter now? Yes. Because 5 years ago, around this time, I was having the most extreme pain of my entire life and it was making me very upset. It was when I had my trapped nerve because I've got a slipped disc from a bad shoulder and I was in so much agony for months. I was crying nearly every night and I'm not ashamed to admit that. And I couldn't sleep at night, and the only time I did sleep was after about 3 or 4 days when I just passed out from it all. And the thing is, it does still really matter because I'm still sort of going through things. This nerve is still, I don't know what it's doing because this finger went numb 5 years ago and it still keeps, well, it's still numb, but sometimes it sort of tingles. Sometimes, just recently this thumb started burning because, you know, it's the same nerve, these two, as I've found out over the years. And so I'm still having repercussions from what happened 5 years ago. So yes, it does matter. What is your happiest childhood memory? What makes it so special? I would have to say the time when I saved a boy's life. And I have talked about it before in a previous video, which I'll link to here. I don't know which one it is. I'll find out. And I talk about it in more greater detail. But yeah, I saved a boy's life when I was 12 years old. Okay, next one. Have you ever been with someone, said nothing and walked away feeling like you have just had the best conversation ever? Can't say that I have. If you won $1 million, would you quit your job? Hell yes! What is the difference between alive and truly living? Being alive is just not being dead. Truly living is when you've won $1 million and you quit your job and go off and go on all these holidays. I guess. What would you do differently if you knew nobody would judge you? I'd finish one of my novels. And the final question. Decisions are being made right now. The question is, are you making them for yourself or are you letting others make them for you? It kind of depends on the situation, doesn't it? See, when I'm working, I have to do what my boss tells me to do, usually. But when it comes to, say, me going on holiday, it's me making that decision of when I want to go, where I want to go, how much I'm going to take, who I'm going with. So that's my answer. It depends on the situation. So there you go, there's my 22 random questions plus one. I shall put a link in the description for this questionnaire so you guys can check it out yourselves. And I kind of enjoyed that. I like answering questions now and then. Anyway, it's time for me to go. Thanks for watching and subscribing if you have. Until the next time, peace out. So now this is the part where I talk about absolutely nothing at the end of the video while there are boxes at the side so you can go click on them if you like. I'm just going to quickly talk about the fact that sometimes when I'm looking for questions on the internet, I'll put YouTube questionnaires, and of course I'll start seeing links to videos, and yeah, that's okay, you know, they'll have the questions upon their description so you can copy them and paste them and whatever and start reading them out on your own videos, blah 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 blah. Okay, calm down, Chris. So I decided this time I'm just going to write questions for YouTubers, and straight away this website came up with all the tags that there is. And I found a few that I'm going to do in the future. But yeah, as for questions, I do enjoy having questions. So maybe eventually, once I've got enough subscribers, maybe I'll start throwing in questionnaire videos that you guys ask questions to me about. I think that made some sort of sense somewhere. Made sense up here. I don't know about on there though.